All right, so this is my 2017 Nissan Frontier 4x4. It's very basic looking. One might even say it looks like a fleet truck, maybe a city inspector. But, we're gonna look at ways that we can fix that. One might say get a new set of wheels, spend a couple grand on them. Another thing to note is that there's not a lot of wheel options for this truck because it's 6x4.5 instead of 6x5.5. So let's say you want to do something else that's a little bit more cost effective. Well, that's where this comes in. Let's find out what's in the box. Got the handy dandy mouse tool. Using one hand, you know how it goes. Cut away from you, not towards you. I know all about that. And let's take a look. These here called wheel skins. Let me go ahead and pull it out of this bag for you. Here we go. It's essentially a type of hubcap. As you can see, it's shaped exactly like the stock wheels. Now let me make something clear. These wheels are actually a good wheel. It's manufactured by Enki for Nissan. It's aluminum alloy, so they're not trash wheels. They'll be fine. We're just gonna make them a little bit prettier. And that's where these come in. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna take off our lug caps. We're gonna tighten the little lug nut there in the center and see how they look. So you can see these pop right out, the hubcaps, not the lug caps, and they just pops right out. Now we're gonna put the wheel over it, tighten that wing nut, and then we're gonna pop these back in. All right, so it just literally snapped right into place. You just line up the valve stem, push it in, and now we're just gonna tighten these in, and you can already see how much better they look. All right, so I just hand tightened this as tight as it could go. I tried to pull it off and it's not going anywhere. That's what it looks like. Let's put our hubcap back on. All right, and bada bing, bada boom, Mr. Worldwide. When I step in the room, there you go. That's your new look. Let's take a look at the other side for comparison. You got your stock wheels, which, like I said, they don't look bad at all. But now you got your custom wheel. Let me do all four so I can get a wide angle. All right, I left the last hubcap out so I can show you a couple of things I noted. One is that this badge, you can pop it right out. What that tells me is that I can go ahead and paint these to match the wheel and maybe even do the badge, red or something, so that's an option. Another thing, it's got 3 little notches, which correspond to 3 little arrows right in there. So we're gonna go ahead and pop this one in, line it up. Should be something like this. Oop. Boom. And now you're in there. And here, let me back away. And this is the final product. So if you're none the wiser, you're gonna think that those are black rims, but they're essentially a glorified hubcap. And the really the only way to tell is if you get real close, or if you know. You can look in there, you can see some of the silver peeking through around the lug nuts and just a little bit around the edge here. And there's no doubt in my mind that they're gonna stay exactly where I put them. They're not gonna fly off on the highway or anything. And they look great. So yeah, I do recommend them. They cost me $104. They arrived here in 2 days, and you can actually buy them from a ton of different sellers on eBay or whatever website. But they're all the same thing. I think it's the same manufacturer, it's just different distributors. So yeah, I recommend them.